Tokyo Xtreme Racer hit Steam in early access last month and almost completely flew under my radar. This franchise, renewed after 20 years, is back on Steam, remade in classic 2000s tuner racing glory. Instantly received in early access with overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, TXR gives players a lot of what has been missing in recent games, a throwback to simple arcade racing mechanics that just works. It all takes place here on the Shuto Expressway in Tokyo. It's huge, really huge, but it's not so big that you won't always know where you're at. You'll learn the tunnels and curves and straights and deploy at night to chase down rivals and challenge them in street races on the expressway. There is a light story mode as you defeat rivals and crew bosses throughout the map. You use your earnings to level up, get better perks, buy new cars, and of course, trick them out in classic JDM fashion. Sorry, no Camaros here, but rather here, the top dogs have names like Sprinter, Sylvia, and Skyline. Anytime you're ready to head back out on the expressway, you just have a look at where any rivals may be that you want to challenge, make an on-ramp, merge into traffic, ready to hunt down your prey. You can challenge any and every car you see to race, but it's the rivals that win you the real money. And every once in a while, one of them will come find you. You might also want to see who's hanging out in the parking lots along the Shuto Expressway. Some of the people there have interesting things to say. This game is so retro, it's perfect, and this is only still early access. I lost countless hours to this game 20 years ago, and now, today, here we are back on the Shuto Expressway. Alright, so I figured the best thing I can do is just jump in the game here and show you guys. So, I tried to pretty much give you everything I could in the intro. Here we are in the game. Now, so yeah, I was addicted to this game back in like 2003. Completely forgot it ever existed until I saw this. So here we are. Let me show you guys around. So no matter where you're at in the menus, you can hit back and pull up this. I kind of like the way this works because you can go here, you can view your perks, and we'll talk about this stuff here in a second. And then no matter where you're at, if you're in perks, you can hit back, you can pull this up, you can go edit your livery. It's got a very kind of retro style menu, and I will admit these all the beeping here it's got some retro charm to it, but it gets old after a while, all the loud beeping in the menus. That said, this is still, of course, in early access. Anyway, no matter where you're at, you can back to this menu. And so, our garage, we got two cars. I started with, it gives you the usual, like, 3 cars that you can choose to start with, you know, and I chose Toyota Sprinter. And this right now is still my moneymaker because this one's actually tuned up a bit. This one works. So we'll show you the tuning, the livery editor. I'll talk about skills and perks and everything like that. So I started with this AE86 Corolla here. I love this thing. Of course, this is classic. He gives you like 3 cars to choose from to start with. And I saw this Sprinter and I was like, dude, is it even a question? Of course, I'm going to start with this. And then I saved up, I then saved up enough money and got myself this. I'm working down the Nissan line. Of course, I'm trying to unlock Skyline. So the way that works, there's skill trees and stuff like that. If we go to perks, we can see this here. All right, so I'm just going to kind of want to show you some of this stuff. So you actually level up. We'll show you how racing works. If you're not familiar, it's not a simple matter of first one at the finish line wins because there's no finish line. You're on the expressway. So it's all about intimidation, damage, basically just stretching out a lead. And the reason I say those parameters is because it comes down to attack and defense. Attack and defense is like, basically you have health bars. I'll show you all this. It'll make sense. You basically have health bars, and the more, so your attack is basically how much damage you do to their health bar, and your defense is basically how much, you protect your health bar from being damaged. It'll make sense. You'll see it. Skills, you have cool skill things here. Now, these are things that you equip when you're out on the expressway. And so like here, this increases your gauge by 2%, which you'll see the gauges here in a minute. If you're not familiar with the game, it'll become very clear, and it's a very cool system. I currently have this skill equipped. It gives me extra money just for driving long distances. Now, all the stuff in this screen that we're going through right now is bought with basically like skill points. Do you see what I mean with this this beeping, this pinging? Yeah, it gets old, but it's fine. It's fine. And you cannot adjust it in the settings. It's early access. I'm sure they'll do something about that. Right. So you earn 2 things while you're out on the expressway. You earn money, which is called CP, and you earn skill points, which are called BP. Don't ask me why or what those stand for. I actually don't know. BP is what you spend here. I'll just call them skill points because that's what they are. You earn skill points beating rivals out on the expressway, and you can spend them on anything in any of these menus here. So it's kind of a choice. It's like, what do I want to spend them on? Here in the machine tab, you unlock new cars. I'm a Nissan fanboy, so I am trying to work down the Nissan tree to eventually a Skyline down here. I am going to assume once the game is in final release, they'll add more cars. I don't know, but honestly, some of the most classic cars from, Japanese racing are here. Here we have 2 different Toyota 86s. I wouldn't mind having one of these, actually. So we have cars from Toyota, Nissan, Daihatsu, Mazda, Subaru, Suzuki. Yeah. And so you could spend your skill points here. You could spend them on these. These are perks, and these are passives. Just think of these as passives. So you do have, for instance, a limit to how much money you can have. I have the maximum raised to 4 million, which is a start. Or you could spend your skill points here on these skills that you equip. You can have one of these equipped at any time. Here you can raise your attack and defense, which is like an overall just buff to your racing. And here you can use those to unlock new performance parts. Now, this is not where you modify your car. This is just where you unlock the ability to buy them. Okay. Now, let's get out and race. That's probably enough for right now. We can talk about more of this stuff in a minute. I want to show you all the game. So we're going to go back to our garage. Should we drive the Sprinter or well, I'm trying to tune this guy up here. Let's get in the Sprinter, actually, because this guy, he's like, it's a low-level car. It has 1 modification on it. All right, start up our... Okay, and then there's this. If you want true Japanese authenticity license plate, you can customize your license plate with all of these buttons. I don't speak Japanese, so there you go. There's authenticity for you, though. So I just leave my license plate default. I just thought I'd show you that option. All right, so we're in the Sprinter. We're going to go out here. I've got a pretty simple livery. I'll show you the livery designer here in a few. Pretty simple livery. It's easy to make a cool livery. There's a ton of like really cool like style stickers like this. And normally in racing games, I've put a lot of work into making fancy liveries. Here, you can do that, or you can just do what I did, which is slap some cool stickers on it. Call it good. This thing looks cool. It was my starter car. Enough of that. Let's head out. So what we're going to do is go to Intercourse. Here is the Shuto Expressway. Now, the entire game takes place here. Sorry it took so long for us to get here. I wanted to show you some basic stuff. This is where the entire game takes place. It's plenty of freeway. It is plenty. And the thing is, I mean, like, seriously, like, to do a full loop of this, I don't know, 45 minutes or an hour, maybe. I mean, like 100 miles an hour. I mean, it's big. It's big. I'm just ballparking it, but you can't do a full loop on one set of tires, really. So, but it's not so big that you won't know where you're at. You'll see when we get there, but you can see the shape of it. Now, when you start off with just this loop right here, and you get to know it. And then after like the first bit of story, then it opens up everything. So you've gotten the feel for it, and you start to learn it. Because of the shape of the freeway, at any real time, you can see your minimap and know where you're at on the freeway. So it's a really great design. So we're going to find a place. Now, here on the thing, you're going to see rivals marked. You see all these icons with the green arrows. Those are different rivals, and the green arrows are showing what direction they're going on the freeway. Some will be question marks, and those we haven't raced. I don't know who they are because I haven't discovered them. There may be the occasional yellow arrow, which are ones that I haven't beaten, like that guy right here. This Love Hunter. He's driving. Oh, he's in that 3000 GT. Let's give it a shot. So we're going to go chase down Love Hunter, see if I can beat him. So we're going to choose here to enter and hit departure. And so we're going to jump on the freeway here, and we're going to hunt down this Mitsubishi GTO up the road here. Now, you could race any of the cars. You can challenge anyone to a race. Everyone in Tokyo is apparently just dying for a street race because anyone will throw down with you. Even just regular civilians on their daily driver in a Sylvia or whatever, but beware, they can be fast too. They don't really award you with any money though. All right, so the game is it's surprisingly simple. Now, a lot of it's not explained. I chalk a lot of that up to the fact that it's still in early access. But okay, so it feels incredible. It's really simple. It couldn't be basically any simpler. You jump on the freeway and you cruise it, and trust me, as you get to know the stretches of road and stuff like that, and where you can exit, where you can shift into different parts. It's just, it gets really cool. So you want to race anyone, you just pull up behind him, flash your lights. Now when I flash my lights, we're going to start racing. We're going to have our health bars at the top of the screen like a fighting game or something, right? And it's just a matter of who can stretch out the biggest lead and defeat the other person's health bar. It's a really cool way of racing. I think other games, I think that this game franchise started in like 1994, I think. I think they invented this system, I think, and other games may have ripped it off, so it may be something you've seen elsewhere. So we're gonna flash our lights at this GTO here. And I'm in a 1987 Toyota with less than 200 horsepower, and that is a Mitsubishi 3000 GT. I shouldn't stand much. Well, the thing is, the first time I raced him, it was a huge, long straightaway. He's got four-wheel drive and a twin turbocharged V6. But we're not on the straightaway now, so I might just be able to get him here. I am pulling away a little bit. Okay, yeah, we got him. Yeah, where I caught him the last time was on that huge straightaway. Oh, no. My turn wasn't as good as it could have been there. Come on. So they will make mistakes. I've had them straight up rear end stuff. But usually you can expect the typical AI style of driving where everything they do is magical and everything you do wrecks you. Hang on, I'm trying to really focus on this guy. Meaning if you get in a ramming battle with them, it seems like they always win. Oh, come on. Yeah, he's got me again. Jesus. Again, yeah, if I hadn't made that one mistake. Oh yeah, there's no car damage, which I'm fine with. You know, it's not a damage simulator. It's a fun racing game. So that guy, I think I'm going to want to... Oof, I got a little wound up on that. I think I'm going to want to maybe get some more upgrades, or maybe just get a little luckier. I can challenge him again. We're right here. I can challenge him again. I think you're going to win more money if you win him the first time that you challenge him. See, I can get him off the start. I did kind of screw up that turn a bit, but I didn't screw it up that bad. Now right there where the road splits off, now we can't go the other way because that's a parking area, but where the road splits off, it says which way your rival is going. And you got to pay attention to that because for whatever reason, even if you're in the lead, you have to go whichever way they're going, which is a thing, just a little thing, just a side note, pay attention to that. All right, we just need to keep him from passing us here, and if you can get him to hit another car, well, all the better, obviously. Now, my car can handle pretty damn good. I definitely advise putting some money in suspension and tires, because being able to dart in between cars like this will win you races. Oof, he caught back up. Man, I was winning there for a minute, and then he caught back up. Come on. Man, he's like right on me. Oh, I left the door open. No. That sucks when that happens. There's no way out of that. Damn it, there's no way out of that. That happens sometimes. When you just basically end up pitting yourself in front of him against the wall. There's nothing you can do, but you can't steer out of that. That sucks, man. That happens sometimes. So that guy is really rough. That guy's really rough. Now, so you can see here on the map, I can see that, so he's the, actually, no, he's the yellow arrow. Up in front of him, there's a car we haven't challenged yet. There's a blue arrow. Blue arrow is the ones you haven't done. You can see there's one coming towards me. He's in the oncoming lane, and the only way to switch to the oncoming lane is to exit back out, redeploy. If you look down there by my speedometer, you see my tire wear. That really kind of in the end decides how long you can stay out. Once your tires get worn, you got to return. We're going to see who this guy is here and race him. Most people are not as hard as that GTO was. We're going to challenge this guy. I want to win one for us here. Is that a Skyline? Or is that a 180? It's a 180 SX. Sorry. I saw round tail lights and I was like, oh no, not a Skyline. No, this guy should be easy. This guy should be easy. I mean, this is like my tier of car right here for our little Sprinter. Oh, sometimes they start off aggressive like that. Yeah. Come on, come on. Ooh, I don't think so, buddy. No. Now we got this. Yeah, now we definitely got this. And you want to watch out for those. That will end your race real quick. There's only a few of those in the entirety of the Shuto Expressway. 3, I think. And you'll learn where they're at. Well, speaking strictly of the dividers in the middle that will stop you dead like that, I can only think of 3 off the top of my head right now. All right, so there's a win. That one is 42 grand. I can only figure the money's based on like yen or something because this car costs 3 million. Like I don't know, but it's god awfully huge numbers, right? I don't know how Japanese currency works, but it is god awfully huge earnings. That was 42,000 for that, which actually is really nothing because any basic upgrade costs at least like 100,000. Even for a new bumper costs 100,000. A car is going to cost you several million. So it takes a lot of racing. Yeah, but you get hooked like really easy. Like, and once I defeat like say all the guys, there's another guy up here. Like once we defeat all the guys in that particular crew, their boss will show up, flash his lights, and race us. Those guys will win you sometimes more than $500,000, and that's only at the low levels I'm at, you know. This is still my first car. I've only just bought my second car, that 180SX, and right now I'm kind of out here earning money to trick it out. We'll return back to the garage in a second, but I still got some tires left. Now, battling in races like that is really going to eat up your tires. The more furious the battle, the faster it eats up your tires. But we've got enough rubber. I mean, I've been really hard on the car since we've been out here. Last night, I won, I don't know how many I did total, but I went back to the garage with 8 or 9, with 9 wins. It tells you your wins down there in the bottom left. It says win 1. I've stayed out here and won 9 races and done like 3/4 of a lap of the entire Shuto Expressway before I returned before. So you can make your tires last if you drive better. So here we got an S15 Sylvia. Let's see, we can take him. I mean, I think we can take him. Oh, well, off the start, yeah, this Corolla is pretty darn good. I really don't need to replace it. I could just keep upgrading this and hang on to this until I unlock my Skyline, but I like getting new cars along the way. And even though this is a cool car, which I would choose and you know, pursue in most games because it was my starter car in this game, anything that's your starter car, you feel like you want to move away from. Although in some games, like for instance in Forza Horizon 5, this particular car is extremely rare and costs several $1 million. But there we go, that was an easy win. We'll head back to the garage here. 42 grand, and you can challenge these random people here too, actually, like this guy right here. Here, I'll just, real quick, was that a BRZ? He could give us a fight. Let's see. No, it's a Toyota 86. Well, same car. Same car. All right, so you can just pick a random guy like this random guy here in a Toyota 86, which is basically a 25-year newer version of my car, but I should be able to beat him, you think? Yeah. Some of these guys will surprise you. Some will surprise you with their racing abilities, but even the little vans. But don't ever underestimate vans. This is Tokyo after all. There's an entire car culture revolving around tricking out vans. So don't underestimate the little vans. Anyway, that guy was a piece of cake. And the only win, yeah, that was 6 grand. All right, let's head back to the garage. This is too fun. My tires are getting worn down. So when you head back to the garage, all you do is you pause the game. Oh, at any time you can pull up the map here and just see where you're at, do a little recon, stuff like that. A lot of times the guy you're looking for there just may be nothing near you and it's just a tactical retreat, you know. Sometimes you get to pull a tactical retreat back to the garage. When you come back here, it's going to save. You're going to re-up your tires, everything like that. Here you're going to get a thing. Oh, look, I can get a new name. My name is currently Half-Baked Pursuer. You can choose between different names. I do like Rolling Guy number 0 better. Rolling Guy is the name of a car crew here. I beat all of them, so now I can be Rolling Guy number 0. I don't really fully understand all of that. There's a lot of Japanese stuff here, like Japanese like naming styles, I'm guessing, because a lot of the racers here have really weird names. I only assume it's some Japanese cultural thing I don't get anyway. Oh yeah, that also goes with the poetry. There's like weird poetry on the screen sometimes as you go through the story. I don't get it. I figure it's because I'm American. That sounds off topic. You'll see what I mean when you play the game, if you get the game. All right, so here it's kind of going over our run out there. So we earned $106,000. So we got $184,000. That'll buy us a part for our Sylvia. And then BP earned, that's the skill points. We got +2, so we have 4. 4 will buy us a skill. So we'll return to the garage here. All right. So we're going to go back to this. We can buy us a perk. I say we should unlock a new part. We can unlock a new part. Most things cost 3 BP. We have 4. You can see right up there, we have 4. So we can definitely buy something. New intake, new brakes. Brakes. Actually, we're going to buy clutch. Yeah, sometimes it's tempting to go for like that intake over there, but real racers know the value of brakes and clutch and tires. I mean, seriously, it does make a big difference. This car, like the biggest difference I noticed in this car was when I changed out like the clutch and added more body rigidity, and then the tires. I think I did that in one step, and that made like the biggest, most noticeable thing probably. Right, so the tuning. Now, like I mentioned earlier, that's just where you unlock the parts. You go to the tuning here, and this is where you actually, okay, it's a little misleading. This is not tuning. This is this is where you upgrade the parts. There is a separate tuning menu where you can actually tune them. So the parts do come in levels, level 1, 2, 3. So I have a level 3 engine, level 2 exhaust. So the upgrading is as simple as this. It's kind of like Need for Speed, right? Level 1, 2, 3 clutch. It's not like other games where you have brand names. I think this is fine. See, we could put on a level 2 clutch here that we just unlocked for $91,000. What do we think? Let's see. We're going to upgrade. I want to upgrade the Sylvia. That's right. So this is, so yeah, that was where you unlock the parts. This is where you actually purchase the parts. And things like, this was an expensive engine. Like this was like 100,000. This was like 200,000. And the level 3 engine that's in this car cost me like 400 some thousand. They get much more expensive as you level up. Setting this right here is where you see the actual, this is what you would refer to as tuning. And parts which you have installed which allow tuning can be tuned here. So like here you can tune your spring rate, damper balance. And I've only adjusted this stuff a little bit. I wanted to lower the ride height of the Sprinter, so because honestly it looks cooler, and hey, lower ride height is better, but since I lowered the ride height, I also stiffened the springs. I stiffened the rear damper a little bit to allow for softer on the front and fix the front's compression a little bit. Just a little bit to kind of even out what I did with the ride height, I think. So, seems all right. When we go to livery, we can do some things there, but first, let's, I think you can kind of see basically the gist of like how this is and everything like that. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I wanted to make a cool video showing Tokyo Xtreme Racer. I'll show you the, let's go check out the aero. Let's check out the aero menu because it's a Japanese, sports car tuning game, right? It's a tuner car game. So obviously there's going to be, it's like, well, can I make the car look cool? Yes, you can. All right. So I don't know if there are more options will unlock, or then again, also, this is also where I remind you, this is still early access. So, I think their plan is for the full release of the game in a month or two. I'm not sure. Well, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not affiliated with them. And, I did not receive the product for free. I bought this. I saw this. It's $30. I should have probably said this like at the beginning, right? This just, I got bored the other night. I was looking for a racing game and this popped up. No. So yeah, I did not get a review copy. I bought this $30, best $30 I've spent in the last couple of months easily. Right. So, so this being early access and me being early in the game, maybe I only have 3 options, but there are 3 options. For instance, hoods, and you can change the view here and, see what your parts are going to look like. It's a little clunky. The menus do feel a little clunky, and all the annoying, which, yeah, I begin to tune that out. Like the 1980s sound effects in the menus, I totally tune them out, but they are there. This car has some cool looking front bumpers. I like this one right here, I believe. Yeah, that looks cool. Man, it looks like my RX-7. It does. Of course, the 180SX is a very RX-7 looking car. Well, it's because it's dark and I can't see that the window pillars are different on this. But that bumper, at least right there, that reminds me of my old RX-7. I've always been a fan of Japanese tuner cars. That said, it's not an RX-7, it's a Nissan. There is a Savannah RX-7 in the game, but it's way farther down. I won't unlock that for some time. But of course, there's the classic cars like the Skylines, the Supra, the Savannah RX-7, of course, the 3rd Gen RX-7, which is probably more iconic. I guess the most iconic of those would be the Supra RZ, the R34 Skyline, the 3rd Gen RX-7. All of the super iconic Japanese sports cars of the 90s are here. And of course, there's newer cars too, like the Subaru BRZ / Toyota 86, you know, the new one. There's the Mazda Roadster. There's new stuff as well. So anyway, guys, that's here. Let's. Oh, we were gonna do something with this. Yeah. Here, real quick, before I sign off, let's buy something. Oh, let's go to real quick. Aero. So if we want to change, I kind of showed you the body parts. I do want to. Wheels cost some money though, but we could go wheels front and rear. There's pretty simple choices here, but they're good choices. You know, like I go to here and there's like these wheels. I'll do that on my own time. Those cost money. For right now, we're going to back out of this. We're going to throw in probably a clutch or something. What can we afford? $184,000. We have a level 1 intake. Let's do actually, you know what? No, let's throw in suspension. I think suspension made a huge difference. Now, because when we unlocked level 2 suspension, it wasn't just for our Sprinter, it was overall. So I like this, and it's a racing game, but it has RPG elements. Like you unlock stuff like in a skill tree, right? So we can put level 2 suspension on this, but you know what? We're just going to go with level 1 suspension. $132,000 is really not much. $132,000 is basically what you earn on a simple outing to the expressway, right? So there's that. We're going to tweak this a little bit we're just going to go to settings real quick. I'm just going to kind of give it the same treatment that, all right. So I did some settings here, just basically compensating some of the spring rate for the suspension changes that I did. Decide on that. All right, now we're going to take this out in the freeway. I got a lot more work to do on this. Guys, thanks so much for watching this. Oh, where should we go? Well, okay, so this car is still pretty low level. We're going to find the low level guys on this loop here is where we're going to find low level guys that my little Sylvia could race. So look, here's the guy actually right here we haven't raced. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to get back on, I'm going to play this some more. You know, last night I was playing this and it was getting late and I was like, oh man, it's already midnight. I want to keep playing. I was bummed because it was late. I wanted to keep playing because I was having so much fun in this game, and it's just so much great fun, especially like when you learn where you're at and things like that. Okay, how's our new suspension feel? Well, I kept playing, and the next thing I know, I kid you not, I looked up and it was 3:30 in the morning. It was 3:30, and the thing is, well, for one, I'm 44 years old. Staying up till 3:30 in the morning is not exactly something I do anymore, but moreover, beyond that, I can't remember the last time that I actually lost track of time playing a game, like legit lost track. I mean, like I'll ignore the clock and say, oh, screw it, I'm going to keep playing anyway. I can't remember the last time that I actually lost track of time, and I did last night. I didn't get to bed till after 4 o'clock because I was just up playing this game. Guys, all that said, I'm going to race this little guy here and probably get my butt whooped. I will, yeah, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to tell me what you think in the comments below. I wanted to show you guys around a bit Tokyo Xtreme Racer. So if you haven't seen the game, there is as much information as I can pack into about half an hour, or however long this video ended up being. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell, follow along with the channel. We're always doing all kinds of cool stuff here. Right now we're playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint, but I might have some more videos of this and who knows what else. Guys, thanks a lot. I'll catch you next time.